Petitioners to the Allen County Public Library remain on edge tonight about the library's perceived purging patterns. This afternoon, those petitioners hope the ACPL's Board of Trustees would revise its book collection policy. WANE 15's Tony Sandlaben was at that meeting and joins us now with the very latest. Tony?
Yeah, Dirk, the board hopes to clarify any misconceptions about the library's collection procedures, but it voted to table its vote on the new language until next month. Board members did respond to public comments on the spot tonight. That being said, the concerns are still there.
Space, lots and lots of empty shelves, and lots of books by best-selling authors.
Empty shelves, too many new books, not enough historical books. Those are just some of the concerns people had going into Allen County Public Library's Board of Trustees meeting today. The board discussed revisions to the library's book collection policy. The idea was to make the language in the policy more clear.
The goal of the revisions to the collection development policy is to continue with the spirit of the policy as it's always existed, but to clarify and use language that seems to be in agreement by all.
But the board decided to table that vote. Does that mean people left the meeting with their questions going unanswered? Not necessarily. In a rare move by the library's Board of Trustees, it responded to public comments on the spot.
Well, I think that was good because there was the opportunity to provide clarity, there was the opportunity to try and address any misconceptions. There was the opportunity for the board to hear, so that's always a good thing.
There's still concern about library employees, including branch managers, being afraid to speak about the library. But Library Director Greta Southard says the reluctance does not come from the top.
It's a puzzlement to me. I know that there are staff who feel that their peers, not necessarily their supervisors, but their peers haven't been very nice to them.
The numerous questions submitted by petitioners last month were not answered today. The board plans to get petitioners those answers by the end of this month. Live in studio, Tony Sandlaben, WANE 15 News.
Tony, thanks.